Yo, what is up, everybody? Back again. Y'all already know what
Nail,
it is.
play that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, this man got the background.
You already know, man. Get that money, man. Get that money. Take to the house. Ain't no easy money. Easy money. Well, it should be easy money, but like
Look,
I
knock
said,
on wood, knock on wood.
Look at the rookies we drafted. We got Dean and we got Davis. Two from Florida. It doesn't get better than that shit.
yeah, put that shit up.
As Ricky Bobby said, if you ain't first,
You're
you're
last.
last.
Exactly.
Second place is at 2.
Definitely gonna make up for it.
Trust me. I need a sports podcast, man. I need it. We out. Welcome back, everybody, to the I Need a Sports podcast. Your host with the most, your favorite kids from the neighborhood. My dog Chris, my dog Cam. Back at it with another episode. We're here to talk about round 2 recap of the NBA playoffs. Just finished this Sunday. Game 7. We'll get into that. Sixers, oh my God. Another choke, another failure. Like I said, we'll get into that. Lakers might have ended the dynasty. Them boys shut down the Warriors. Got a lot to talk about that. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson tried his best, but at the end of the day, Jimmy Butler and the Heat moving on. And then Jokic and Nuggets got the Suns up out of there quick. Suns have now fired Monty Williams. Who knows where they go from here, but a lot to talk about, man, a lot to discuss. We're going to kick it off by starting with the New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat. And, I mean, I know this has been a heavy topic in our group chat the last week and a half watching the series. I know New York fans don't like this man at all right now. Chris isn't a big fan of his. But after dropping this series in 6, what is the best plan forward for the New York Knicks? Because obviously, Julius Randle is not the number one guy. Now, I never thought he was, but it's very obvious now at this point that it's not the case. They could use a better partner for Jalen Brunson, who was trying to backpack the whole series. And where do they go from here? Who do you think they could pair up realistically and actually take that next step and make it to Eastern Conference Finals or Finals, be real championship contenders? Swing to Chris first, because like I said, I know he's got a lot to say on the Julius Randle stuff, because watching him has been aggravating. I'm sure the messages he sends in our group chat, as soon as tip off, Julius Randle garbage. That's
Because he is, bro. He's so
come across my
trash.
screen, man. But
He's so trash. And I hate that like a lot before this series ended, a lot of the commentators and analysts, they were like defending him. Like, well, once he gets going, he da. Bro, I ain't never seen no player in league history. I feel like Julius Randle. I was listening to sports radio today, and they made a good point. Every time a ball don't go in for him, or he feel like he should have got fouled, or somebody scoring him, his head down. Like, Julius Randle plays for Julius Randle. He don't care about that team, bro. He been the best on that team, so he probably feel like he the head honcho. He Marcus Smart for the Knicks, essentially. His shot selection is horrible. He shoot the ball like he think he's somebody. He really never been that somebody. Like, he be having good games. I mean, he's a big dude, right? So like, I expect him to go get some boards. But like that joke that they made when he did the 3-point contest, and they were like, "Well, if y'all let him jab step a couple of times, he probably would have made some more." Yeah, that, as much as that's a joke, there's always some truth in a joke, because that's literally how he plays. There was no reason at all at the end of that game, I was watching the end of that game, that the ball should have never been in Jalen Brunson's hands. Every time he had the ball, it was a bucket. Now, albeit that last possession, that sucks. But I can't blame you. You got 38 points. You the only dude on the court scoring. The ball has to be in your hands. Like, that happens, it happens. It is what it is. But it's just like the fact that he can't have somebody on the side that he can actually depend on to go get a bucket. The guy whose team it's supposed to be can't go get a bucket. Bro, and I honestly, I feel bad for Jalen Brunson because, well, I don't know what his contract is. I meant to look that up. I don't know what his contract is, but if I'm Jalen Brunson, I don't even want to be at the Knicks no more. I don't even want to be there. Julius Randle had a team. Who in the league won't Julius Randle? Be real.
Well,
Because
look,
I feel like with Julius Randle, he not finna go to another team and be that third option that he really supposed to be. He don't want to be that. He wants to be number one star uno. He not gonna do that because he got a big head. He got a big ego. Nobody want him. The Knicks not finna. I don't think the Knicks finna give him up. They need to trade him. Stephen A. even asked for them to trade him.
Stephen A. That was he even was calling for R.J. Barrett. He said he not consistent. Julius Randle, as you alluded to, like as soon as something bad happens, you can tell it happens just by looking at his face, and he just looked completely dejected from the team. But just for more context, game 6, Julius Randle 3 for 14, 1 for 7 from 3, 15 points, 11 rebounds. That's how his season ends.
Why are
And
you shooting
honestly,
7 threes?
I don't know his shot selection. I don't know what Tom Thibodeau be saying in that huddle or in practice, but he obviously has a green light because there's literally times like this season where the game would literally start. Like I'm talking about tip off, and I'm just checking the ESPN app, and 3 minutes go into the game, Julius Randle got up 6 3 attempts. I'm like, why? He's not Klay Thompson or Steph Curry. Like, why do you have 6 3 attempts in the span of 3 minutes? Especially the starter game. Like, you didn't even try to go to the block and get a rhythm early on. You just straight started pulling. And I'm like,
They don't even be catch and shoot situations. They be off the dribble, fade away, contested.
step
Like,
back,
wow.
pass it to the wing, 10 on the shot clock. He jab, 6 seconds now. Wave off a screen, jab, 3 seconds clock, one dribble, step back, plank. And I'm like, bro, I get maybe you can make it sometimes. If that's being generous, but that is not a good shot, especially for you. And Jalen Brunson, I feel bad for him because, Tom Thibodeau don't believe in rest. So game 5, he played all 48 minutes. He was prepared to play all 48 in game 6. He got 2 fouls late into the second quarter. Tom Thibodeau decided to give him a rest. And literally as soon as he was on the bench for literally 1 minute and like a couple seconds, I believe, when they said on the broadcast, Miami automatically went on a 9-0 run, and he had to come right back in, and he started picking up right back where he left off. As soon as he came back in, the Knicks come right back on a 7-0 run. It's like when he's on the court, that Knicks team runs. He just didn't have a second person consistently that could get a bucket. But he was doing his thing. Now, I will say, it was pissing me off because they were letting Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry, whatever guards Miami had, it kept sticking on Brunson. Brunson was cooking them. I was like, why doesn't Jimmy just take him to like shut this down? But when they needed the one stop to end the game, you see who was on him. Jimmy was finally like, okay, it's time for me to get at him. Because, Jalen Brunson really a bully. He can shoot a great jump shot. I'll give him that. But he really likes to get to that mid-wing, body somebody, and get his little fadeaway jumper off the post. And he tried to knock Jimmy off his spot, and Jimmy wasn't going for that. And that's how he ended up with a bad turnover. I would have much rather just live with him shooting the fadeaway still, live with the result rather than trying to
live with
pass
the
it.
result with him having the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it was in his hand. I don't care who it was.
But they literally live and die by Brunson. And while Brunson, showed how great of a player he is, if Brunson is going to have to be the guy that carries your team in the playoffs, you're probably not going to be making many deep playoff runs. Ken, where do you think the Knicks, like, what can they realistically do? Because to your point, Chris, it's got to be Randall that's got to go. Jalen Brunson just signed not a max deal, but basically a max deal. His dad, an assistant coach. He in New York for the long haul. Julius Randle, what was it, 2020 or 21? They made the playoffs. They lost to the Hawks, but it was a good year. Then last year, he was terrible, completely fell off, wanted to leave New York because he didn't like the fans. This year kind of got them back on his side, only to have this happen in the playoffs, and now they right back off his bandwagon. So where do you go from here? What's a player you think you trade Julius Randle that can make you better in the long run?
First of all, I'm gonna tell you 3 guys that need to leave the New York Knicks immediately. They need to leave New York like tomorrow. Like they need to leave like right now. I hate going after my Duke guys, man. Y'all know I'm a Duke fan. I'm a UT fan also, but I'm a big Duke fan when it comes to basketball. But my God, RJ Barrett is horrible. Oh my geez, oh my! It's so because I don't ever talk bad. I try not to talk bad about Duke guys like ever, man. But RJ Barrett, he makes it so hard to not talk bad on him. But he's really terrible at basketball. Like it's really bad. Um, he's not a starter in this league at all. I know he's still kind of young. I'm sorry, but he's sorry. He needs to come off the bench. He don't need to be on New York Knicks at all because he don't have it at all. RJ Barrett just he doesn't have it. It seems like he can't do nothing. It's like I don't like he can't shoot the ball consistently. He attacked the basket, every now and then, but that's not even consistent. He can't get to the line. He barely can play defense. He can't really do nothing. I don't I don't really know. So that's one guy that needs to leave. Other guy y'all talked about, Julius Randle, he needs to go. He's I tweeted this earlier. I can't tell if he's good or if he's just bad. Like
No, he's bad.
I think
he's bad.
Yeah, he's bad. He's pretty bad. He's not a first option. He's not a second option. Hell, he's not even a third option. I think he's a fourth option.
Starter, goddamn it.
He's not even a starter on a good team. He's a glorified role player. That's what he is. The third guy that needs to go is Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never been a good coach to me. Me personally, he's never been a good coach. He's always been overrated.
Talking about, because now that you said that, it brought it to my mind. And then, sorry, but Tom Thibodeau is the only coach in the East that's been with the team for the last 5 years, and all these coaches have been fired that have been coach of the years. They all been fired, and Tom Thibodeau is still in New York and done nothing.
I don't get out. I don't get. He's robbing them. He knows something that
they can put somebody in some trouble.
Literally, because he's getting away with. I don't know, man. He shouldn't be there no more. Give up on him, man. He has done nothing for New York Knicks. He has done nothing in the NBA except for, those Bulls team. But he had, that was a good team that he had around him. He makes terrible adjustments. Even if he does make an adjustment, he rarely even makes an adjustment. He's a good defensive coach, but other than that, he just sits there like this the whole game. He shakes his head, nods his head. He might do a little chuckle with it, but he does nothing for the organization at all. He does nothing for that team. So those three main guys, they need to go. Now for a trade package, I don't really know. You can go for a guy like Jaylen Brown in offseason, or you can go after a guy like Jordan Poole or a guy like Klay Thompson or somebody. They need to do something. I don't know, but Julius Randle needs to be in a trade package. RJ Barrett need to be in a trade package. They need to go out and get somebody, man. I don't know who it should be. I know, like I said, I know Jaylen Brown. He's gonna be, a very hot topic of of a guy to go after in the offseason. So Jalen Brunson and Jaylen Brown, that'd be kind of nasty. I feel like because
it'd be tough. It's just I don't think nobody wants Julius Randle, bro.
Yeah,
I'd have to imagine I'd have to imagine the way he plays is a reflection of his actual personality. I feel like that's probably hard to coach and deal with in a locker room.
And like Cam said, Thibodeau don't say nothing, and his rotations, oh my God, his rotations are so garbage. I get it, the competitor in Jalen Brunson and the fact he was the only one hooping all series, so he kind of had to stay on the court. But if you give Thibodeau the chance, Thibodeau will literally run your legs into the ground. He will not give you any rest. This man played all 48 minutes, then didn't even rest the days off. Because they gave the team, they took practice off, didn't have a shoot around, nothing, just get off your legs. This man, Jalen Brunson, went in the gym still to get shots up. And he was really going to play him another 48 had he not gotten the 2 fouls and could have almost gotten the third and been in severe foul trouble early in the first half. But Thibodeau, he got us giving a retirement tour to Derrick Rose when Derrick Rose probably could have still gave something to that team.
Low key.
Doesn't play Emmanuel Quickly, even though granted Emmanuel Quickly got hurt this series, but he doesn't get enough minutes. And he didn't win 6th man of the year, I think, but he was in the running. They got Quentin Grimes, who
Grimes all up on the court.
I'm like, bro, get some defined rotations and some adjustments. But yeah, he's garbage. I don't know how he has a job. I expected once the series is over, honestly, with all the news that you see, they was quick to get rid of Budenholzer, Monty Williams. I expected as soon as next day hit, I thought Thibodeau would have been gone, especially with some of the coaches that are now available that you could get for New York that might make it a more attractable destination. And as far as the trade scenarios, I saw someone say, trade him for Cat. You want the same version of Julius Randle, just light skinned?
Same dude, bro.
That's literally the same dude.
Same guy, yeah.
That is the same guy, and he might even be softer than Randle. At least Randle, he'll give you a mean slash to the basket every now and again. You touch Cat hurt and look like he affected. Like, come on. And then
he talk like this.
yeah, come on.
Yeah, that video.
Yeah, this is what we made for. This is what we made for. Like, get out of here, Cat. You're not made for this whatsoever. Which is why I think this is off topic. That's why they got to keep Rudy, I think, because Rudy, you probably can't trade for nothing. And Cat, you can get a little something, but they got to move off one of them in Minnesota. But yeah, Cat, I saw another person say, go get Dame. I was like, yeah, Dame and Brunson would be some elite offensive threats, but then you have zero defense at the guard position and zero length either. They both about 6'1", if that. I'm like, nah, I really don't know where to go. Jaylen Brown and Klay Thompson are literally the only two options that are like realistically viable for the New York Knicks situation. But I don't know if they'll get them.
Well, I don't know. I was listening to Brian Scalabrine earlier today, and they were like they think Eric Spoelstra gonna try to bring him to the Heat.
Julius Randle?
No, Jalen Brunson. And I know he got the long contract, so that's not possible. But they were saying that Jalen Brunson is eligible to play for the U.S. national team this year, and Eric Spoelstra is the assistant coach. And, you know, that's where relationships are made.
That would be the heist of a century.
And they were saying Eric Spoelstra was like riding his tip, talking about how is he not a all-star? How is he not all-NBA or whatever? He was like tweeting stuff out about it.
If he can get him off that Knicks roster with his dad as an assistant coach, he's a GOAT. But I don't see that.
Let me holler at you, buddy.
But yeah, I don't know. The Knicks, I really didn't. I think it was kind of fool's gold too, because they lucked into playing the Cavs, who I've been saying all year were gonna be a huge letdown because they got no playoff experience, and it already looked like Utah Jazz 2.0 with Donovan Mitchell and zero help. So they get them first round. They're able to take care of them, but they didn't even take care of them that impressively. That was some of the worst basketball on both sides that we watched. We watched two NBA teams struggle to put up 100 points throughout the series. And it's like, you win that series, so now you feeling high and mighty. Then, if it wasn't for some terrible ref calls to end Game 5, New York was finna have one of their classic chokes and blow that lead and let Miami close it there. They just got lucky. I'm still pissed about that 8-second backcourt that magically didn't get called when Jalen Brunson was 2 sets behind half court as soon as the clock hit 16. But yeah, the Knicks, they're done. It's going to be an interesting offseason because they got a lot to figure out, and they don't have a lot of routes you can go necessarily.
Watch them do nothing.
They probably
won't. Watch them do nothing. That's crazy.
They didn't draft nobody last year too in the draft. Yeah, I don't think they did because I was seeing a lot of Knicks fans.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah,
because they traded Pickle, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was part of to get cap space to sign Brunson and everything too. That was a part of it. So yeah, no telling where they go, but they definitely in the dumps. On the flip side, Miami, they just keep proving people wrong. This matchup with the Celtics is going to be extremely tough. Jimmy wasn't necessarily playoff Jimmy, but that's because his ankle is the size of a baseball right now, which that's what kind of scares me too for this series with the Celtics. But hey, man, they play defense. They gonna be competitive. You know, Spoelstra gonna make the adjustments, and if they have an edge, I think Eric Spoelstra got the potential to outcoach the absolute mess out of Missoula this series, and it might get a little frightening for the Celtics if that's how it goes. Because he's gonna make some great adjustments and hit them with some stuff they ain't seen. But we'll talk about that in our predictions later on. But next up, another team where it's like, dang, where do we go in the offseason? They've already made one move, which I hinted at earlier. Phoenix Suns. Of course, they traded away Kevin Durant, or not traded. They traded for Kevin Durant, traded away all their depth. They weren't necessarily a good team before the trade. Definitely weren't good after. Adding to the fact CP3 with another soft tissue injury, as usual in the playoffs, pulled his groin. He was out for the series. They had life in games 3 and 4. Devin Booker and KD, with really Devin Booker going off. KD had a nice 35-point game, but he shot horribly that game. And Suns ultimately whooped them, blew them out on their home court in elimination for the second year in a row. They were down 30 at half again. I think they let the most. Denver scored 81 in game 6, first half, the most points ever in the first half of a playoff game. And what was it, the next day or 2 days after, Monty Williams was let go. Who knows what head coach they're seriously looking at. They still got CP3 and Ayton on the roster. Think you got to move off both of them. I don't know how, but they need to. Where do the Phoenix Suns go? Because, I mean, you got Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, so technically you have a championship window, but what pieces can they put around for real to build back some of that depth and defense to actually make it a contender? Because Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are not going to be enough. You can't have them have to score 80 together to have a chance to win. So where do they go from here, you think, Cam?
James Jones, he gotta get to cooking, man. He gotta get to cooking this offseason. Definitely gotta find some trade partner for CP3. I think wherever CP3 goes, trade wise, I think the team he goes to, I think they're gonna buy him out. They're gonna simply just buy him out, and he's gonna be a free agent, and he could come to the Lakers or he, wherever he want to go or whatnot. Then Aiden, you have to find you gotta find somebody that would take Aiden. And at this point, I don't know who would take Aiden because y'all see how sorry, and you see how he acts when he gets criticism come his way from his his peers, his teammates or not. He kind of just shuts down in a way, and that's just something that as a professional you can't really do. So yeah, James Jones, he gotta get to cooking this offseason. Like you said, they gotta they still have a window with D Book and KD. So he gotta get some type of depth pieces around those two. The free agents don't really look that good this year. I think the best small forward free agent is Dylan Brooks.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Just to give them some defensive edge, just something he could make it. Because then we're not looking for Dylan Brooks to score. The problem with the Grizzlies, they didn't have enough scoring for Dylan Brooks to act the way he does. Yeah, he could do everything he does and be on the Phoenix Suns. Because at the end of the day, they don't need him to go get the bucket. They just need someone to play some hard defense and kind of aggravate some of the other players on the team. That could work. I'm not saying that's the missing piece, but that could be a good piece for them. I can see that working.
I think it's going to be like a lot of trades this offseason. Like, look for the Bucks to make some trades. I think you can probably see Drew Holiday probably get moved out of there. Also look at the Celtics. I think Jaylen Brown probably going to be going. Man, it's a lot of. I think it's going to be a lot of trades this offseason.
Bobby Portis, because he had tweeted, thank you. Isn't he a free agent?
I think he is a free agent.
I don't know what it would cost, but that would be a solid pickup for them. That's depth, experience. I'm trying to think. Shoot, the way Philly just lost, is PJ Tucker available? They could use PJ just for defensive purposes. I don't know if that's an option, but yeah, no, this is tough. I don't know why they matched Aiton's contract in the first place, because they clearly did not want him from
And he didn't
everything we
wanna
were
be
hearing,
there.
and he didn't want to be there. And then they backdoor and matched the contract with the Pacers, so he stays. And then nothing changed this
They
year.
could have went and got Miles Turner, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not even like, obviously Ayton is at fault for a lot of it, but at the same time, the Suns deserve some fault too, because they put themselves in this position. They didn't have to match. They could have let him walk. Yeah. Now, obviously, he would have walked for nothing, but you could have worked out a deal or something if you really didn't want him. Somebody would have taken Ayton off your hands before this year started.
Could have walked, and you got that depth that you traded away.
Yeah,
before you got KD.
And now, who would realistically want to trade for DeAndre Ayton? Yeah. That's an interesting thing.
They think it's a couple teams out there, like just a couple teams, not many. I mean, at the end of the day, he ain't the best big man, but he's
serviceable. But
he's serviceable, exactly.
Come playoff time, man, they be cooking him and treating him like he not 7 foot with a 43-inch vertical and 280. Like,
he probably do better in a system where they don't look for him to do a lot, like a Tristan Thompson. You know what I mean? Like, he just, good job, Ayton. You got 4 boards out there in 12 minutes. That's great. That's all we needed. I think that's where he would fit best.
And I feel like when they trade him and CP3, don't go for like the big splash. Like, don't go for like the big name.
They just need depth.
They
solid
depth. Yeah,
literally.
Because these 2 centers. I mean, I'm not saying Bismack Biyombo that dude, but he's a great defensive center. He's always has been. He just puts hands up, defense, rebounds. And then the Landale dude, he play hard.
No, you know what I just thought of?
What?
And I don't know if it even has to be a trade, because dude might be a free agent. The Suns need Tyus Jones from the Grizzlies, and they could trade Ayton. I don't know if Tyus Jones is a free agent or not, but the Memphis Grizzlies could use a younger big, because Steven Adams is older. Steven Adams could just be off the bench, come in, get you rebounds. Especially
Ayton not built for that Memphis life. Ask Ja. He ain't built for it, bro. He ain't built for it. Ayton he gonna be.
I'm just thinking like the Phoenix Suns just need a serviceable young point guard who can stay healthy.
They do.
And can feed the ball to Devin Booker and set up Kevin Durant. Tyus Jones would be a starter on a lot of teams, but
I was just about to say,
behind Ja.
He would do great on that team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I don't know, like, if that's just a 1-for-1 trade or what the details of the trade package, but I just thought of that. Like,
they were saying
thinking of what teams need.
They were saying send Ayton and Chris Paul up to Portland and bring down Dame. But they were saying the issue about it that Dame he a little older and he get paid like $50 million a year or some shit like that. Chris Paul get like 30 a year, I think. But they were like, Chris Paul got a player option, so they'll just buy him out for $15 million.
I'm just thinking of Dame with the Suns. Like, yeah, stars can work today, but that's just Devin Booker gonna get his shots up.
They're trying to buy a championship.
Gonna get his shots up. I know Kevin Durant can defer, but that's a lot of shots.
That's a lot of shots.
That's literally like all 3 of them. They the only ones shooting all game.
That's like that Christmas commercial when they was doing Jingle Bell. They just throwing them.
Oh, that's a lot of ISO ball too, boy. Jesus Christ, that'd be crazy to see.
I don't know, but it even came out today, and like I said earlier in the group chat, I was putting in one of our Prize Picks chats. I was like, James Harden and Kevin Durant still cool. James Harden obviously just, did what he did with the Sixers. And it's come out that the Suns are on his list for a team he will potentially want to go to if he doesn't return to the Sixers. And I'm like, I can see that happening. But again, what does that take? And then do you even add any depth if you make that move? Because now you got 3 contracts.
Somebody got to take a price cut. They said Matt Ishby ready to spend money, though.
Oh, he desperate.
He said he ready.
He knows if he don't get a championship now, he's going to be in a rebuild for the next 5 years, probably, at least.
You know what they also said? They said they think he may hire Isaiah Thomas as his head coach.
I saw that. That would be
interesting.
That's his homie. That would be interesting. I'd like to see that happen.
They need to go get Ty Lue somehow, some way.
I heard that too. Ty Lue and Doc, which I don't know how Doc, because he already worked.
Bro, Doc needs to retire.
That's the last thing they need to quit putting losing pieces together and thinking that's gonna make it them winners. Do you see what happened with Philly? They put losing pieces together thinking they would win, and what they all lost
They
at the end of
lost.
the day. Like that recipe does not work. You need somebody that is proven winner by themselves. Kevin Durant, as great as he is proven. All he want to do is just hoop, do him, and that's it.
And
He
chill.
not finna carry nobody.
He don't want to.
He don't
Yeah.
want to, and he can't, especially at this age now.
People, they may be so mad because they scrutinize him so much about not wanting to carry. When he said straight up, I don't want to carry.
He don't want to.
He literally said he don't want to do it. Stop expecting what he's telling you he not gonna give you. That's crazy, bro. That's insanity. He toxic.
Literally. Another one I can see happening if they just need a point guard. Again, I don't know what it costs, but Dennis Schroeder's looked really good these playoffs.
Yes.
He could be serviceable for the Suns, and especially since he messed up his bag a couple years ago with the Lakers. He might have not earned the full potential, but he's worth more than he's playing for right now. He should be playing for no minimum contract at least. And with that team, he doesn't have to be a scorer, but he can come in and do what he's doing right now for Lakers, get timely buckets and spread the ball around. And he played great defense on Steph Curry too. So I don't know. The Suns, it's going to be a wild NBA offseason. I'm just trying to figure out what trades could even be possible. But I just know people are just going to flip all these 2027 second round draft picks. And I'm like, how are y'all just literally, okay, you take my 5 picks. Okay, well, we got these 5 picks. Now you take these 5 picks. It's like they just flipping 9th graders right now.
Somebody gonna need them.
Somebody gonna need them. But the teams that are flipping all these second round picks, they're not winning championships. Because you got teams like the Warriors and LeBron that's preventing this from happening. So it's all kind of comical at this point. But yeah, these owners, this is like, especially with social media, this is like a win. What can you do for me right now? Era of sports. And if you're not winning, you're out of there. It don't matter who you are, clear. You could be coach of the year.
That's like college is too.
Yeah, if you're not winning, transfer portal.
Transfer portal.
Where can I go next?
And they go pick up a senior. They ain't bringing up no freshman.
Top freshman coming in. Oh, you got a senior from the transfer portal. Well, I'm decommitting it now. I'm going somewhere else.
Facts.
So it's a crazy time in sports. I don't know where the Suns go. I think, what was it? Did we see Mark Jackson? Well, Mark Jackson was a contender for the Bucks, but I think they should interview him too. The Bucks also said today they are highly targeting Monty Williams. So either one of them, I think, would be good for those 2 respective jobs. But yeah, they got to get rid of Ayton. CP3, I mean,
he need to retire.
I was just, I don't know.
Either retire or he need to change his role. Just be a backup point guard, bro. Just be a backup.
I would just retire. I've started my whole career, bro.
Honestly, look at Russ, though. Look at Russ.
Okay,
Russ took
Russ
that
now
role
38.
Yeah, but he's still like an older,
He's
point
not
guard.
38, hurting his leg.
So I'm about to transition us into our next topic. So part of the trade, Memphis sends CP3 over there, so Ja has a mentor.
Oh hell!
You see what he did for Shea? I mean, Shea was obviously already cold in his own right, but having that year with CP3 really helped the Thunder's growth for their young players and taught him how to lead. CP3 kind of the veteran presence that locker room could probably really use.
Well, that's if Ja ever play again. Because he's gonna be in jail.
Yeah. And like I said, this segue, so our next conversation is away from the playoffs real quick. We're going to talk about the situation with John Morant. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you keep up with the sports world. It was probably a surprise to you, as it was to me. I got out of church. Well, not even got out. Church had literally wrapped up. I just pulled out my phone, and I see the headline, John Morant suspended for gun video. I'm like, is my phone tweaking? This an old headline. Ain't no way this man got suspended for having a gun on video again. Lo and behold, I opened up the notification, and yeah, in broad daylight, 4K, like the meme with Supreme. How they catch you in 4K? John Wick just had to make an appearance in the Instagram live and pull out the gun, and his homie tried to save him because his homie didn't know he was gonna pull it. He tried to pull the phone quick, But once it's on the internet, everybody recording, you can easily pause and look, clear as day, he's got a weapon. And the NBA, before they come out with ruling, they're like, we have to make sure that if in fact what Ja was holding was a gun. Like, yeah, Ja was holding the gun.
It was a gun.
Everybody can say it wasn't no play gun. We can see that that's a real gun. And now he's suspended from all team activities, which I don't know what team activities you could really be suspended for right now. But like, you can't be in the draft room with us or something. Like, I don't know, but there's talks that it's going to be a very hefty suspension, possibly half a season, maybe a full season. But it's going to be something that gets the message across to Ja that you do this again, I don't think it'll be the end now. But if he does it again, his career in the NBA is for sure over.
Yeah.
But pass to Chris because he wanted to talk about this, so I know he's got something ready to say.
Bro.
Where does Ja go from here? What does he do? Like, what is wrong with him for one? But what does he do, man?
It's honestly like on some real stuff. It actually is super disheartening to watch it happen again, and like I don't know, bro. Like he grew up in a 2-family household. He went to a private school. He had a support system, but for whatever reason, bro want to be in the streets. He want to be a thug. He want to be a thug of the year. MVT, most valuable thug. Like I don't know why, but it's disappointing, man. Because I think for the first time in a while, this is like one of the first players that we probably saw come into the league this electric, this young. Like the last guy probably was Derrick Rose, really, in terms of like just bringing up that fire. Like I guess you could say, well, him and Zion came out the same year, but he's had more of the longevity because he ain't been hurt as much. But no, it's sad, man, and I really don't understand it, and I think genuinely it really does have to do with who he hanging around, because the dude in the live stream, that was the same dude with him that night at that Pacers game.
Oh, I know
that. Yeah.
Devontae Pack, yeah.
That makes it even worse. The NBA about to have the FBI investigate.
Yeah, and then that other incident he had, the Devontae Pack dude was there as well. So he's been at every single incident. This one dude.
Oh God, Ja, come on, man.
It's one dude. So, and my issue is, I know he grown, but it's like, bro, where your daddy at? He at all the games. Is he in your life outside of the games?
I've been wondering that for the long
time. He have to stay in. He want to be seen so bad, but he want to be seen.
He want to fight LeBron on the court, but he don't want to fight for his son's life outside.
Every time I see a headline with Ja, like, because this is Ja's sixth incident in the last like 4 months. You got the finish line incident where he threatened to shoot them. You got the bus incident where apparently his people were shooting at the Indiana Pacers bus.
The backyard pickup game.
You got the backyard pickup game. His mama at a volleyball, or they said volleyball game. I don't know if it was a volleyball or his sister's basketball game.
Yep.
Like, it's so much with this dude. The gun incident from the club, and now it is. Like, what are you doing? Like, and it's not even the fact I'm mad because I honestly, as a 24-year-old male in this era, in our generation, I'm not even necessarily mad at all the stuff he's doing. I was like, dude, why are you always doing it in front of a camera?
Why? That's what I'm saying, bro.
If you did this in your own privacy in the crib, bro, you can be NBA YoungBoy all you want in the crib. It's a parade inside my city. Yeah,
just put the camera down.
Like, just put the camera down. And then the fact, like, I get it. Devontae Pack, obviously, there's something wrong with dude because he's obviously involved in all these situations. But he clearly got IG Live up. Ja, put the gun up unprovoked.
Bro, unprovoked for no reason. No reason at all.
Knowing
I got it on me.
I got the toolie, bro. Like,
that iron.
Knowing literally not even 2 months ago, if that, he just had the incident where he almost got suspended for the rest of the year, which I think that's another problem too. he thought he could get away with it because they really just gave him a slap on the wrist.
Going with the rehab.
Yeah, he told me, yeah, I
He going to
went to
rehab.
rehab,
He going
and
to rehab.
Damn rehab.
Go with the
I'm
Florida.
changed. I understand what I did was wrong. Like, no, bro, no, you don't. Like, cause you keep doing it.
Because they was talking about that clip when Jalen Rose is like, "How do you feel?" He was like, "The gun wasn't mine. I don't condone violence." That wasn't the question, bro.
And now this one, it looked even worse because honestly, it's been some people on the conservative spectrum that are actually trying to defend him because it's like this is his Second Amendment right to have the gun, which is true. But if that's not his gun, again, that just makes it even more worse. Because why are you flashing a gun that's not yours legally, which will put you in more trouble with the law?
But he know the NBA got different standards, bro. He works for a different employee. You don't see the president walking around flashing guns. We know he got them. It's the president. You know they got guns. There's guns all around them. But even the Secret Service ain't walking around just gun like that. It ain't cool. You already cool. Like what dude said? He said you already cool, bro. You a basketball player. You don't have to chase clout. You already got it.
That man,
you can be on live picking your toenails and you still gonna get clout because you a basketball player and you know how to dunk. You don't gotta go walking around with no gun. Nobody. You look stupid.
You look stupid. You really do. You look stupid.
People from the
He
hood,
got a daughter, bro.
That's all. What example are you setting for your daughter? Even though she probably can't see any of this for real right now,
Not
but
yet.
She gonna grow up and she gonna see this.
Now, my dad was a dummy. It's the first time I see it. Yeah,
he messing up her bag.
Well, she living her mama.
I know, but I'm saying obviously the millions he's making, I'm hoping he's not blowing them, but he's got generational wealth for her and whatever other kids he might have in the future. But he's ruined it because he already played himself out of a Supermax deal this year. He's potentially on the brink of losing his endorsements now because he can't get it together.
Nike's coming. Nike's for sure coming.
Like you were saying, his dad don't say nothing, but it's like, usually if you have a kid, that makes dudes that act like y'all try to clean up they act. But it's just made him worse. Like, you don't want to be better for your daughter at all. Like, I get it. I could get as a 23-year-old, I think he's 23 or 24. I get it saying well, I don't want to be a role model to any kids.
That's fine.
Okay, that's fine. But your daughter, come on, man. And
now that's sad.
Just sad. And I'm like,
bro,
dude.
If he this dumb online, what y'all think he doing with his money?
That's what I'm
saying. Bro, he's blowing it, bro.
Do y'all think if this is all said,
because in the strip club, I think they had said it was speculated, but you could see in the pic he had blown like 50,000 in that strip club that night.
Bro, do y'all think he gonna be broke, bro?
Bro, he bought him a mansion, and then he bought his parents a mansion literally next door. Two big old houses literally right there. So, he got that. They got all these cars.
And that's the crazy thing, because the car wasn't moving. I think they were sitting outside of Jaw house. Like, bro, you literally were on your own property. You did not even have to show the gun. You would have been good. You wasn't causing nobody no harm from the looks of it. But you got to put it online. And it's more this generation. I don't know what it is about people and wanting clout. Like, we could get into the whole discussion.
He got clout.
Exactly. But I'm talking about the glorified images, like girls want this type of dude now. Yeah. Like I want you see the tweets, like the one that went viral today or yesterday. If we in a shootout and the dude run, it's gonna give me an ick. Like you want him to stand to shoot back? Like that's the type of bird brain stuff we dealing with.
He died for me.
And it's like, and then you got all these young kids love NBA YoungBoy. Ja clearly want to be NBA YoungBoy so bad. The dude, what people aren't even talking about, and I'm waiting for it to pop up in the. I'm pretty sure John's just a functioning alcoholic like many of our peers, because he don't take shots of Casamigos. He drink it like it's juice.
No, like he drink it.
And I'm like,
that video on the plane,
bro. He's drink like. No, like
not even that. The clip from last summer when he was on IG live in his house. And he was like, man, if I do it, you got to do it. It might have been Devontae Pack. I don't even know. But he chugged half the bottle in. And I'm like, dude.
And his people be around him. His family be around him just watching it happen.
Cam said they next door. They could probably hear all the
Yeah, they
violence
probably hear
going
all
on.
of that, bro.
They probably scared they're gonna get cut off or something.
Man, no, this wouldn't need to happen. His daddy needed need his ass whooped. His mama need his ass whooped. His grandma need his ass whooped for sure. Because they all need their ass whooped. Because he has
That's how
no
he
parental
acting.
vision. He has no parental vision at all.
Yeah. He not acting like he got whoopings when he was a kid.
Yeah, he's not acting like that at all. Because how you as a like for job, for his dad or whatever, how can you just sit there and watch your son ruin his life like this?
I don't know, especially as active as he is. He's courtside at every game.
Every game.
And they be interviewing him half the time, and it's like, bro, you can't literally be like, son, this ain't the way. Like, I get you want to do this and do that, but you are in a difference. You make $40 million a year, and you are one of the new faces of the NBA. You just can't showcase this. Like, if you're gonna still do it, you at the very least can't. He need to clean his act up. Clearly, I'm not saying he don't, but at the very least, you gotta stop doing the stuff on camera.
Literally,
yeah.
The internet is forever.
Everybody do all their stuff. Everybody do all. You go right. You go to work right. And then you go home. And what you ever do at home, that's your business. Nobody cares. Yes. We all do that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he can't do that without being on camera, bro. Go ahead, play with your guns, bro. Go drink your alcohol. Go do whatever what you want with your brothers or whatever. But you don't got to do it on camera, bro. On live.
But I tell you, man, this the new day. I mean, this the new day and age, man. I mean, y'all see what like I've been saying.
No, ain't no
women
because he 23 and I'm 23, and I got the common sense. He just being ignorant, and it's disappointing, bro. It really is sad. I'm such a big fan of the dude.
Yeah, I know.
He makes it hard. He makes it so hard. Like
this gonna hit him though, because I think this one's gonna be at least, I think minimum All-Star break. Minimum All-Star break.
It's gotta be because they have to get it's not even, so to speak, like what he did was so bad is why he's getting the suspension. It's so bad because he had a meeting with Adam Silver, and I know in that meeting they discussed all of the consequences that could potentially arise for the NBA, like their product, from the images he was putting out and what he was doing on these lives. And I know Silver made him sit in that chair from him and promise, I will not do this again. Let him off the leash early because he really didn't go to no rehab program, probably because he's still drinking Casamigos like it's apple juice. He's still flashing guns. And to sit in there and promise him and then turn around and do it, you didn't even make it 6 months, not even 3 months, and you back on live with a gun. Now we really got to hurt you because you not getting it.
They got to make an example out of him.
They got to make an example.
They have to, like they have.
It's sad too because if they move him away from the game, I'm afraid that all that time he get away from the game,
he might do some more
come back
stuff.
worse. He gonna come back worse.
He just gonna hang with Devontae every day. Forget the gym. We in the gun range. We getting them shots up.
I still got $2 million in the bank account. He gonna be like Frank on the street.
And
it's gonna hurt, man.
That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing too. If he could just turn his act around, he has the potential to flip this into a bag. He could get endorsed by the NRA and be an advocate for gun safety.
Nah, facts.
I mean, if this is what he wants to do and be around it so much, flip it into a bag. Don't be stupid. It's so many other avenues he could go, and it sucks that he's going down this one. And I know we're young and we make stupid mistakes, but like Chris said, we the same age. Granted, we don't got millions of dollars in our bank account, but I just know, even though you can never say what you would do with that amount of money, if I had that amount of money, I wouldn't be on Instagram Live flashing guns and drinking Casamigos.
I may be drinking Casamigos.
You would never see me.
You won't see me if I had that type of money.
I may do the Casamigos on live. I ain't gonna drink it like that.
I might take a shot.
A little shot. Yeah, it's my birthday.
But
I ain't finna be looking like Frank Gallagher, just a drunk walking down the street.
Like, it's gonna be like drinking open water. My location is remote. You don't even know where I'm at. Like,
right, some LeBron stuff. Some Unk stuff. I don't drink. I just like to enjoy myself.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You can just pour you a little glass of Cosmic. This man be drinking it straight out the bottle. And I'm pretty sure if I had to put money on it, I'm willing to bet he was drunk in that video too, which is part of the reason why he pulled out the gun so willy-nilly.
He probably was really drunk.
The way he be drinking, yeah.
Yeah, low key.
He's literally like a college. He's a college student, essentially. Like, how many of our friends do we know that act just like him? They
At
just don't have
Murray
the
State,
money.
the coldest dude at Murray State.
Yeah, he probably didn't expect to ever be in this position going to Murray State, and now that he's like, dang, I can't lose.
I'm
And the
that
fact
dude.
the NBA let me off the hook the first time, oh, I'm good. It'll never affect me
I'm
for
the face
real.
of the NBA.
And lo and
Well,
behold,
wipe
now
you
it's really
away.
about to affect him. I mean, I know it's the difference between like $193 million contract and like 240 or something. So what's really the difference when it's that many millions? But like, dude, you can't tell me this ain't hurting your pockets, especially the way he blowing money. You gonna need all the money you can get.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. This I'm telling you, this suspension, it's gonna open up his eyes.
And I'm like,
Oh,
And I hope he
no.
changed, bro.
He need to go to jail.
You know, he do need to go to jail,
Like Charleston.
or actually, he need to get shot at. Like for like all jokes aside, he probably need to get shot
Yeah,
at.
because
Not
no,
like
because
for real.
because
You know, like
it be
it is.
I
dudes.
know what you're saying. It's just so crazy to say.
They be like, I
Yeah, it
support
is crazy.
guns, and they be in the middle of a mass shooting. They like, okay, hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Like, oh, we pro-war. Okay, you go out there. Well, nah,
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I don't know
actually-
about war, but
Peace.
Or I see like no, whatever. But on TikTok, it was like a cripple, whatever. He was talking to, I think he was talking to Vlad.
oh,
He
you
was
talking
like,
about
Yeah.
that brick dude?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
about-
like, come out here and see what it's really
come on,
like.
see-
Like,
Yeah.
I just want to talk to you.
Cause
Like,
he ain't from here. He ain't co-signing with nobody. He ain't never gave back to our community.
throwing
He
it
ain't
up.
been in our community, and it's like, but he want to live this life so bad. It's like, what image are you trying to give off? But again, it's the garbage ass mindset that our generation has. I don't know what our future holds, but if it's anything like this, we in trouble. Because none of this stuff makes sense. Nope. Everybody's lacking common sense. Parents ain't whooping their kids no more. And now these kids is doing whatever the hell they want to do, fighting teachers for taking phones up. This is literally those kids. This is what they turn into. Ja just so happened to be talented enough to get resources them kids can't get. So now he's acting a complete ass because he got all the money in the world. But it's like, bro, he needs some better people in his circle. He needs to sit down and take a look at his daughter, like, because honestly, like, say it does go work, like the situation gets worser. Even though that's not a word, the situation turns from worse to worse. He say he get locked up, then you can't see your daughter.
Yeah.
That's sad, bro.
Like, come on, like, what are we doing here?
This story can get really sad. It can become a very sad story. So I hope he gets it in order.
Like, for real, like, and if he that obsessed with guns, bro, you got enough money, you could put your own gun range in your house, or just go to a gun range. Like, go let off all the
Go to
shots.
Iraq. They do guns all the time over there.
like, damn, what is your problem, man? And it's getting hard to defend it. Because yes, what he's doing isn't necessarily legally wrong if the gun is his and he on his own property. But stop showcasing it. We don't want to see it in the first place.
It ain't cool.
It ain't cool whatsoever. And I'm like, bro, he's about to run his career into the ground. Like we didn't see what happened to Gilbert Arenas. Like,
oh man,
he's about to be the.
That's who
modern
need to go
Gilbert
talk
Arenas.
to him. That's who need to go
No,
talk
because
to
Gilbert
him.
Arenas gonna tell him, bro. Don't worry about them, bro. They don't matter, bro.
Now that's Steven
He's
Jackson.
worse.
Yeah,
That's
Steven
Steven
Jackson.
Hey man, that ain't nothing. Back in my day, I was outside with a 50-round drum.
Because Gilbert Arenas the one that brought the gun into the locker room.
Locker room,
Yes.
yeah. That ruined his career though.
And somehow Ja had a gun on the trip.
They
on
still
a
ain't
away
figured that
trip.
out yet. They
No,
still ain't
I'm
figured that
pretty
out
sure
yet.
they figured it out and they let him slide, which is why it makes it even worse that he's doing this now. Adam Silver let him make it, and he played in his face, and now he's got to pay for it. That's really what it boils down to. So he got to get it together, man. He got to get it together ASAP. But
what kind of ops, bro, got to be having guns like that though?
Like that video. Hey, yeah, man, we made it, but man, we gotta go kill these ops, man. They've been talking shit like what ops, man? Like we made it.
They talking down. They playing in my face, bro. They playing in my face, bro. We gotta go handle that.
We gotta handle that, man.
Bro, we good, bro. We made it out. They said he was the first one to make it out the NBA.
Trying to make his way back into the bro. What is you doing, man? It don't make no sense. But that's enough on the Ja. We topic. We just had to touch on it because it's current NBA news. Back to the playoffs. Touch on the Lakers, man. Did they end the modern day dynasty that is the Golden State Warriors? How did they do it? Gonna give a chance for Cam to get his victory lap because he was on it. I mean, I think we were all on the Lakers for this series. So happy to see it come to fruition because Warriors fans were getting annoying every game. They only won 2 games, but each game they won. Oh, look what happens when y'all don't have the refs. And they got smacked, sent them home. But yeah, man, I'm passing you, Cam. Take your victory lap. Tell us how the Lakers pulled this off, and is the dynasty over, man? Did LeBron just put an end to what started back on him in 2015?
This boy's sweating.
He ready? I know you've been preparing for this.
All right, man. We finally got to see what really happens when this organization doesn't have Kevin Durant, when this team is playing against another healthy team that's clearly better than them. We finally seen it. Man. It was just beautiful to see. Honestly, it was just beautiful to see. Them Lakers boys, they was humming. Austin Reeves, he had a couple good games. He had Chase Ron, Klay Thompson had Chase Ron, Steph. Pretty much all of the games or whatever. So his legs wasn't all the way there, but he showed up big. When in game 6 or whatever. Then you had Lonnie Walker come off the bench. So what's that? Starting, I believe, game 4. He had a big game 4, or whatever. He started to play good.
Yeah, that was game 4 when they went up 3-1 and you went to sleep and missed it.
I'm gonna live with the results when I wake up.
Yeah, man. This dude, Cam, y'all. So the Lakers were losing, and we in the group chat. It's like midway through the third quarter at this point. And Cam texted Chris, you know what, y'all? I'm going to bed. I can't watch anymore. I'm gonna just wake up and live with the results. Soon as that fourth quarter started, Lonnie Walker comes in, goes off for the 15 points, wins the game on Steph Curry head, and Steph Curry misses those 2 shots, then turns the ball over. Everything Cam could have possibly dreamed of in his sleep happening right there on the court, and he nowhere to be found to watch it. We calling him, trying to get him on the phone, like, yo, Cam, wake up. Lakers just won. They up 3-1. Like, series basically over. Nowhere to be found.
No, man, nowhere to be found. I was knocked out in this bed right
here.
You
woke up. You was up too. You was
but
listen, I can't go back to sleep.
I can't go back to sleep. My pops came in my room and said, "You sleep? Lonnie Walker just did." I was like, "Nah, man." I was knocked out because I was pissed because they was down like.
Sure,
it was
I was pissed.
They was down
like 12, I think.
Yeah, but it was like third quarter, like 7 minutes left.
It felt like the Warriors were going to go on a run.
Yeah, I thought he was about to actually blow us out. But we did what we had to do. But AD, man, game 5 kind of scared me. Man got hit in the head. Went out the game, whatever. And my first thought was, just go to the locker room. Just go to the locker, like, they're going to show you every chance that they get on national TV. Bro, just go to the locker room, bro. I do not want to see you on the bench. He's sitting here like this the whole time, whatever. But eventually he went back to the locker room, and they said this man got they said this man got wheelchaired out.
He got wheelchaired out.
Wheelchaired out. So that kind of scared me or whatever. But then, he came back game 6, and, he had one of his AD games. I think he had like 20 rebounds that last game or whatnot. But then LeBron, he did his thing, game 6, 39-9, missed 1 3-pointer. He went 10-14 from field goal range or whatnot. So the Lakers boys, we did our thing. We did our thing or not. Let's talk about these Golden State Warriors, man. These what Draymond called it at the beginning of the year. At the end of the day, it's still the
Warrior Invitational.
The Warrior Invitational. Let's talk about these boys, man. I think we finally seen why Draymond punched Jordan Poole in the face.
Oh hell yeah!
I think everybody in the world seeing now. It's clear as day that this man. I don't want to cuss because I'm doing such a great job, but this man is he's such a punk, man. Like Jordan Poole is such a punk. He was terrible. Not only this not only this series,
playoffs, he was
the whole
garbage.
playoffs.
The whole season, really.
Whole season, he just completely stunk it up. Bob Myers did a absolutely horrible job of giving him that contract. He did not deserve that contract at all off of just one season. He's just a glorified role player. He's just, I think for sure they're gonna try to trade him this season. I don't think he's gonna be back on. I can't. It's very hard. It's hard to see him back on the Warriors next year. I don't know about y'all, but to me,
his contract is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a bad contract.
It's a lot of money. I can see them maybe keeping him for one more season just because I don't see the Warriors. Team. They claim they gonna stay.
Yeah, Draymond said on his podcast they're gonna stay, but
Steve
Draymond
Kerr,
or Poole, one of them's gonna have to go.
One has to go. And the way that everybody's talking, like everybody on the Warriors is talking, the way Steve Curry been talking, the way Draymond been talking, it sounds like Jordan Poole is going.
Yeah.
So
that's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. So I could definitely see Jordan Poole going.
Another team could use Jordan Poole. It's just
for sure.
Who gonna pay it?
Yes, because like I said, that's a pretty bad.
They put themselves in a hole for real.
Yes,
because I can't think of nowhere.
Just to show y'all how bad Jordan Poole was, his points per game dropped from 20.4 to 10.3 in the playoffs. That's the fourth biggest drop in the last 10 years. Going from 20.4 to 10.3, that is crazy.
Like one game, the boy had 12 minutes, 0 points, 4 fouls.
Bro,
what?
Did y'all ever watch when he got in the game? Did you just watch him on defense? He was the literal he was the literal definition of a traffic cone. Like he would get on the ball and dudes wouldn't even do a move. They just dribble right around him and he'd let him go and foul him. And I'm like, well, dude, you not gonna be on the court because you can't guard anybody. And then it got to the point Bron was just picking on him. He was just whatever, man. Jordan Poole's going, come screen me so I can get this switch and I can go cook Jordan Poole. But they didn't even have to do that. I watched Rui catch the ball in the short corner. Jordan Poole went to close out, and Rui didn't even do a move. Rui literally caught the ball. Jordan closed out, and Rui just sweep and go. Went right around him and laid it up. I was
like coach drills.
I'm like, bro, you added zero resistance.
Zero, bro.
Like, yes, your teammate's gonna be pissed, your coach is gonna be pissed, and you gonna come down the court and jack up a wild three. And if you're not making them, you're really not playable. And he wasn't playable at all. Damn. And Draymond didn't drop his name at all in the podcast. Talking about returning. Nobody ever. It was clear as day that this was going to be a problem because when he got punched, nobody went to his rescue.
Everybody
it was
just crazy
looked,
too.
It kind of just stood there like nobody went to help him out. Nobody reprimanded Draymond. Nothing. And if the video comes out, we would have never known. But since the video came out too, it just made it even worse because we got to see like that wasn't no regular punch. He knocked him out.
No, like he meant that. Like that punch
was built up.
It was built up, like for sure.
So yeah, I don't know if it can be pulled since they gave him the contract and Draymond's the one with the player option this year, and they might not want to pay him. But one of them is gone. Like they gotta go. Maybe Draymond gets carte blanche because Steph will be in the ear of whoever. Because their GM, his contract is up this year too. And there's talks that Lakeup might pull up his son to be the GM so he can prove himself. But Draymond could possibly be gone and they could run it back with Poole. And I don't know, maybe that changes Poole because I think it came out today. Poole said somebody asked him what his relationship with Draymond is. He's like, it's just business and basketball. Like, I see him on the basketball court, practice, the games. That's it. We don't have no relationship outside of it. So that relationship is obviously frayed. And it was even a clip in the King series, I think, when Draymond was getting on him. He just walked right past him. And then Steph had to step in and get on him. And he kind of listened. But yeah, something's off in that locker room.
Do you think the Warriors see, like, do you think they still see that future that they saw for Poole when they gave him that contract? You think they're just like, oh, he had a bad playoff series, you know, you'll get him next time? Or do they feel like us, where it's like,
I don't.
With
I
that
just,
defense he was playing,
I don't see
they're
how,
disgusted.
because they were like, you know, Steve Kerr ain't developed nobody.
Oh,
he
yeah,
really
no.
hasn't. He really has not.
So I don't-
nobody.
That literally nobody.
Nobody.
Now Kuminga saying if he don't get significant minutes this year, he's gone. Poole might be gone. Moody real quiet. You don't hear much about him, but I know he can't be happy with the minutes he does get. He ended up getting more as this series went on, but that was just Kerr trying to throw something else at the Lakers to try to, disrupt them. But he hasn't developed any young players.
So he's not going to teach Jordan Poole how to play defense. Jordan Poole already know how to shoot the ball. He don't know how to make it sometimes, but
he's J.R. Smith. That's what he is, really. But you know who needs to be gone? I'm glad I get the shit on this guy.
Oh my God.
Klay Thompson is the trash. He's trash. He gotta go. He just gotta go. He needs to either retire or he needs to get off this thing because he's trash. He is trash, and I finally. Oh, it was so good to see. It was so good to see. He was putting up bricks the whole series. He's putting up bricks the whole playoffs. Man. He can't guard nobody at all either. I think his window is. You know who he is? He's Kyle Korver. That's who he is. That's who Klay Thompson is. He's a glorified Kyle Korver. Yeah, I said it. He's a glorified Kyle Korver. That guy stinks. He stinks. He should not be in the league no more. He needs to retire. He needs to do something. But no, man, I don't know. They need to do something with Klay Thompson. They talking about him taking, less money or not, but I don't know how he.
Why would he?
Yeah,
that's why Draymond said. So I was listening to Draymond's podcast at the gym earlier, and he was, saying like, "Oh, they'll all be back," but he hasn't even, started discussions with his player option. But I think Kendrick Perkins said it on their NBA Live show today. Like, why in the world would Klay Thompson take less money? For what? They done paid Poole all that money, so why would I take less with all I've done for you? He could easily end up in another team. Yeah, because somebody's gonna throw a bag at him, because a lot of teams can use his shooting abilities, even though they didn't obviously, come to fruition in this playoffs. He was garbage, but somebody can use it. Like the Knicks, they all they need is somebody who can consistently knock down the jumper.
I was gonna say Klay for the Knicks.
Miami Heat, they need someone who can consistently knock down the jumper and give them more defense than a Duncan Robinson, since that's the one reason they can't always play him. Even if the Lakers end up losing some pieces like Austin Reeves, like Klay Thompson from LA, dad played for the Lakers. Imagine him with Bron and AD. Like, Klay is gonna get offered from somewhere. Now, will Klay's loyalty override that, and maybe he does take a pay cut? But I would be very surprised, for the simple fact that they paid Jordan Poole, and Klay Thompson is the one who basically, not won them all them rings, but he's one of the key pieces in their dynasty. I don't see him taking a pay cut. And that's why one of the reasons I think the dynasty got to be over. Like, they can't keep the core together and not blow up everything else. And the core isn't good enough, I think, at this point in their careers to just put other pieces around them and they just go back to winning again. Especially in the West.
I don't know if the dynasty is over yet, but I don't see these guys win another championship ever. I think they're complete. I mean, we might.
Steve Kerr said he think they can win like 3 more.
Yeah, he said something crazy.
Or he was saying like 3 years left in the group.
Well, I know Draymond said they can win 2 to 3 more.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, unless they unless they put in a trade package with like Poole and Andrew Wiggins and try to go after a guy
now hold on. I don't know what you was about to say, but I am scared because they already were ready to throw everything on the table for him. Who's to say they don't trade their whole damn team for Giannis?
I mean, I can definitely see, I can definitely see that.
Now, if that happens, then it's like, Man, okay.
Come on, bro. Like,
Come on, man.
Like,
I
let
don't
it
want to.
go.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
I
But
don't want to
but
see that. But I know at some point in the summer, it's going to be a rumor that the Warriors have offered Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, probably Looney, Moody, and maybe even another pick, all for Giannis. And
I
then
think you
just put
gotta
pieces.
you gotta throw
other
like Clay in there too, though. I feel like
I would think, but at that point, what purpose does Clay really serve for the Bucks team if they're getting rid of Giannis? Because they have Middleton and Drew.
that is very true.
I
Yeah,
hope
I don't want to see
that'd
that
be
at
one
all.
trade that Adam Silver got to step in and be like, no, I'm veto. This cannot
Yeah,
happen.
you gotta be like, well, the Warriors gotta stop doing that. Y'all gotta stop going after these big guys, man. That's not cool.
Which I think maybe with the new CBA rules, maybe it won't be necessarily possible to keep the core and get Giannis. But I just know they're gonna try to cook up something, and they're gonna at least make the phone call. Hey, Milwaukee, we know we're crazy as hell, but would y'all consider this? And God forbid Milwaukee says yes.
So dumb.
I don't need
I think they best. This is what I really think that's going on. I know I've been saying his name all over the podcast about trade packages or whatever, but I really think Jaylen Brown's going to go to the.
I knew he was
to the
Jaylen
Warriors.
Brown.
I really do think because if you
Jaylen Brown
see,
can go anywhere. That's how you know. That's how good he is.
yeah, he can really go anywhere, but
he's
with
from
the Celtics,
Cali too. Damn.
Yeah, and like
He is from Cali,
with the Celtics, they can use they can still use Wiggins. They can use Jordan Poole,
sure.
come off the bench or something like that, giving them some type
Marcus
of spark.
Smart gonna punch Jordan Poole.
Yeah, Marcus Smart.
Maybe
he's for sure gonna punch
he gonna beat him down.
So
yeah, no, that's it's gonna be wild to see how they try to rebuild and who ultimately ends up staying. But two things. I don't know, but the combine just started today, so I think the draft is like a week or two after the finals ends, if I'm not mistaken, or it might be the week the finals ends.
The lottery should come up soon, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait for September. All this gonna be figured out. We gonna know how the league gonna play out. Oh,
I can't wait to see who get Wemby, man. I hope it's the Rockets so bad.
Lord, please let our 14% win.
If it's the Spurs, bro. Oh my
God.
You just gotta win the lottery. That's all. You just gotta win the lottery. That's all it is.
Man, that's why we should have tanked. I don't know why we was winning games at the end to end up tied with Spurs. But whatever. But two more things I want to say about the Warriors, man. For one, since nobody wants to talk about it, just went crickets. Steph Curry, while you can argue he's top 10, man, he's not Mount Rushmore, dog.
At all.
He's not. And like, I get it. He's the greatest shooter we done ever seen. And people were trying to want to put him up at top 5 and even talk about replacing LeBron. Stephen A saying that crazy stuff. Like, dude is not clutch whatsoever. He is the biggest front runner we have ever seen. If it wasn't for the Kings because when I've been saying this whole time, the Kings have no chance of being the Warriors in the playoffs, it wasn't that the Kings were the better team. It was just they didn't have any experience, and I knew that was going to bite them in the ass when push came to shove. And sure enough, Game 7, Mike Brown sticks Terrence Davis on Curry. He goes for 50, but it took him like 30-plus shots. It wasn't even that efficient. And then he was just stat padding at the end. He didn't even have to score anymore. The game was over, and they just left him in.
They left him in.
Yeah, they be doing that.
People complained Game 1, Jordan Poole took that deep 3. He should have found Curry. It would have been the same result. Steph Curry was not going to hit that shot. He literally has never made a shot with 45 seconds to go to either tie or go ahead to win the game. He's never done it. We get it Game 4. He ends up in the same situation that he ended up in 2016 with Kevin Love on him. Now it's AD. He shoots 2 terrible jump shots. Then off the loose ball ricochet rebound, he could have called timeout. He throws the ball over his head, scared, and throws it straight out of bounds. And nobody said a word. Steph Curry's teammates let him down. That's why they lost the series. It was the refs. Steph Curry went from averaging 33 versus the Kings to 26. He went from being a 40% three-point shooter to 34. Him and Bron were damn near the same. Bron shot 33% from 3 this series. His assists increased, but everything else went down.
They played a real defense, bro.
They played a real defense, and this is the second thing. We need to start giving props to Bron because we see time and time again in these playoffs, players are doing more than they would usually do in a regular season game, and it clear as day wears them down. And Bron has been doing this for 20 years, and he paces himself, whatever you want to call it. But regardless, unless he gets injured, the man is not worn down, and he's still playing all these minutes, doing everything on the court. But put any of these other star players in the same position, they're tired. Kevin Durant in the Phoenix series, his legs were gone. He said he could play 40 minutes the whole playoffs. He couldn't do it. Devin Booker was putting on a show. His legs, by the end of that series, gone. Couldn't even hit a jump shot to save his life. Steph Curry, he was getting great looks. He literally could not hit a shot to save his life. He went 3 for 14 in that game 6, and nobody talked about it because Klay went for 10 and Jordan Poole was garbage. Steph Curry was equally as garbage. He just had a few assists that made it look better. He could not hit any shot he was putting up. Dude is the greatest shooter of all time. That's not a debate. But there is levels to this. And this is why none of these players are touching Bron. And as you can see, with a healthy team, when it came down to it, game 6, we probably need to win this game because we don't want to go back home back to Golden State for game 7. I'll just go for 39-9. Best game I've had so far. Haven't shot that well all playoffs, but you know what? When I need to turn it on, yeah, it's easy. Klay, I haven't been backing you down all series, but now that I need to, give me the ball in the post. Let me go to work. Like, there's levels to this, and the media was so quick to try to throw Steph Curry up there after game 2, or really before the series 2. But as soon as the Lakers won, crickets. Yeah, no, the Warriors, they let Steph Curry down. Where was this when LeBron was averaging 35, 12, and 10 in the finals with nobody, losing to these Warriors, and we're like, man, LeBron, he just chokes in the finals. Exactly. Not that he didn't have no help, but when Steph Curry has max contract Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they let him down. These are the same players they was winning with last year. It's the exact same team.
Exact same team.
Except Otto Porter, but Otto Porter averaged 5 points. So what are we really talking about? This is the same exact team. And they just got their ass whooped. And the dynasty might not be over. It's still up in there, but it's essentially over. They're not going to win anymore in this West. The Kings are only going to get better. The Nuggets will still be here. The Lakers, I don't see them going anywhere. Phoenix Suns got KD and Booker now. Like, OKC, I see.
Yeah. That's a good
up
one.
and coming. Like, they're not good. And I was telling one of me and Chris Frat brothers, he was asking for series, man, I don't know. Do you think the Lakers can really get it done? I was like, yes, bro. Yes. The Warriors cannot win on the road. Like, they fooled y'all because they got the Kings, and the Kings didn't know what to do in that situation.
Very fortunate, though.
They got very fortunate.
Very close.
One shot. Harrison Barnes, one shot away.
But that's shot away, man. It was going to come down to a player like that, and they wouldn't be ready for that moment. Yeah. And the Warriors took it. But let them play an actually decent team.
Yep.
Them being having the second worst road record in the league this year was not a fluke. They were real life garbage.
Yeah, they really were bad.
And you heard Kurt talk about it post game, like, yeah, this team maxed out. This wasn't a championship team. And they showed that all year. They were literally borderline 500 all year. They ended up one game over 500 to start the playoffs. They finished the season now after losing this series 500 for the year. They were a middle of the pack team this year. And they had the same players they had from the championship team last year. They just ran into healthy teams, and they were not good. That's what it was. But nobody will knock them. It'll just be like, well, LeBron had AD. And Steph had 2 Hall of Famers with him. What are we talking about? Like, this is as equal as a matchup as it will ever get. And LeBron just punked him. Straight up punked him. Yeah. At 38. Steph 35. He's not that much younger. Like, time is running out for both of them clearly, but like, as much as we want to say LeBron is falling off and this and that, he just showed like, yo, it's still my league. And realistically, if y'all don't ever get Kevin Durant, Warriors might really have one ring right at this moment, but they went and got Kevin Durant and made it completely unfair. And yeah, they won the championships. Give them their props, but you can see when they don't have someone that can get them out the jam, you can't just rely on Curry. Last year, they were fortunate. They got to go through a weak West playoffs. Then they get the Celtics, who had no experience in the finals. They should have realistically beat the Warriors, but they weren't ready for the moment.
It wasn't ready, yeah.
You run into a team with LeBron who's ready for that moment, who's been through this.
It's like,
yeah, what you think gonna happen? Exactly what we just saw, man.
Like, bro, all the rings have like asterisks on it, bro. Like you look at the very first ring that they won versus Bron. Like Kyrie broke his kneecap game 1 of Kevin Love
didn't even start because he had already dislocated his shoulder from Olynyk.
Kelly Olynyk. Then what was that? 27 when they got KD or whatever. During that little run or whatever, I believe Kawhi Leonard
they were blowing them out game 1, Zaza Pachulia, which is now the new rule where you got to give the shooter space to land. Takes Kawhi was
cooking him. Kawhi was cooking him. Kawhi was simply cooking him.
He was cooking KD this year before he got.
Bro, honestly, Kawhi might have if
he was healthy, Kawhi would go down possibly his top 5, but he can't be healthy, sadly.
Sadly, bro. Like, and honestly, like he can go head to head with like any like I feel like he go head to head with LeBron, he go head to head with KD.
He's a bucket and he plays
great defense.
He's smart. He knows basketball well.
He's strong as hell.
Yeah. Big ass hand.
But yeah, but like what are we really talking about as media? I consider us media too now that we got the podcast. We knew media too. But like we were literally watching this man Bron go to battle versus these Warriors with Matthew Dellavedova. And we were thinking he had a realistic chance just because it was Bron. But when they lost, we did not showcase him this grace at all. He choked. But Steph losing the second round, well, the refs helped. His team let him down. Like, literally, the Warriors played the exact game they played all year. They were a terrible road team. They committed the most fouls in the league all year, and they committed the most turnovers. All 3 of those things were true this whole series. And Warriors fans tried to sit up there and make it seem like this was some nuance. Like, oh, no, this never happens. Y'all are cheating. Like, no.
Come out the refs were cheating. Bro, like, what do you expect? Y'all foul the most, and the Lakers get to the free throw line the most. Like,
and half the time, the refs were letting them go. I've never seen a player with a longer leash than Draymond. I don't know how Draymond didn't walk out of this series with at least 5 techs. But they had the nerve to kick Schroeder out for that mess.
Yeah.
Like, it made no sense, but I'm so happy to see the Warriors are done. Now they got to sit and live in this long offseason not knowing what they're really going to be. But yeah, man, I'm just happy it got to be Bron to put an end to all this, at least for now, since it started on him and there was nothing he could do that series. There was nothing he could do. But yeah, man, I'm just happy to see them down, man. And next up, I'm not happy to see this. And I have to say my apologies, make my, speak the truth. James Harden and Joel Embiid are some losers. God damn it. Oh my God, bro. Doc Rivers, loser. They are champions at losing. They will find a way to lose like no other. And the crazy thing is, Draymond called it on the podcast too. I didn't realize it because I just listened to this morning, but he literally said, Game 6, you get Jason Tatum's worst game and you didn't capitalize at home.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, he was like, Jason Tatum going to come out on fire. There's no way he's going 1 for 13 again. And he was like, I'm afraid it's going to be a boat race. I think Boston is about to blow them out. And Philly came out with the right tone. But in Doc Rivers fashion, the reason why he's got the worst record in NBA history in closeout games, the worst record in Game 7s, the worst record when you're leading the series in the playoffs, no motivation, no adjustments. I don't know how you let this team come out this flat and you scored 10 damn points in a quarter. 10. They hold me out the over. All I needed was over 201, and they hit 200 exact. Because you couldn't score more than 10 points in a 12-minute period. With the MVP, a former MVP, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris max contract, sorry ass, and you can't get more than 10 points in a quarter? Come on.
He hate Tobias Harris. He hate Tobias Harris so much.
I hate Tobias Harris. He's so annoying.
He is
bro. I was like, bro, they literally went into the half down 3 and came out the third quarter down 30. Like, how do you let that happen?
That should never happen.
That's them
Oh
boys,
my
man.
God. I wanted, and like, yes, James Harden is a loser, but I can't even so much knock him as much as Embiid this one. Because James Harden won him 2 games. Like, if James Harden was going to give you 2 games, Joel Embiid got to give you the other 2. Because that's, at this point, that's a blessing that we got from him. No, we didn't expect him to do that. He won game 1 without you in Boston, won another game in Boston with the dagger in game 5. Joel Embiid, you got to win this game, man. Like, you got to win this game. And people are talking about his press conference. I care less about the press conference. It was kind of taken out of context, whoop-de-woo, whatever. On the court, you were garbage. How do you go 4 for 16 in a closeout game? And you big as hell.
Boy,
you letting Al Horford lock you up.
Al Horford. The most unathletic center in the whole league.
Al MVP.
Like, I can't even defend this. And Doc Rivers, why on earth are you watching this happen? Like, yeah, we're just going to keep giving the ball to Joel Embiid out on the wing because clearly that's working. Put his ass on the block. He's 7'2", 280, or he's 300 pounds. Put his ass on the block and tell him go to work. Like, come on. They went away from the pick and roll with him and Harden.
Yep.
PJ Tucker gave you the best quarter he done had in 5 years. You knew he wasn't going to be able to repeat that for the rest of the game. You should have capitalized. This man, PJ Tucker, gave you 11, and you still couldn't compete.
I think he finished with 11 also.
He did. Because that was everything he had. We knew that.
He finished with
my God.
Up the game with 11.
That was everything he had. That's all he could give you.
That's all he could.
He was milking it, goddamn.
Like, bro, you see, he posted the night before. He was up at the gym at like midnight getting shots up. He was trying his hardest. But after that first quarter, that's all he had. Everything was gone out the tank. All he could give you was good defense and a couple gimme rebounds after that. You got to live with that.
No, 11 points is good.
got to take over from there.
11 points. That's 11 points you did not account for.
4.5.
Yeah, that's
you know how
good
bad that is.
Oh,
they saying they didn't. Vegas was saying they didn't even believe in him to hit 2 threes, and he gave you 3 of them. You got to win.
You have to win.
You have
to win, bro. You have to win.
You have to. Jason Tatum, the worst game of his life in Game 6. You have to win.
You got to
at home in Philly.
I was like, after that, I was like, it's going to be very hard to beat them in Boston Game 7. Yeah. You got to win that. I'm sorry. You have to win that.
And I had them in 7, but after watching that Game 6, I was like, they're not winning this. Like, and then they gave me hope by being down 3.5, and then they did that shit in the third quarter. I was like, bro, y'all are literally indefensible. I can't come up with any excuse to defend this mess. And I'm tired of watching it. And for as long as they got Doc Rivers, Joel Embiid, I don't know if James Harden is going to come back now, but as long as they got Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid, I will never for 1 second in my life believe they will ever get past the second round until they do it. And even then, I still won't even believe it. But as of right now, bro, they are garbage. I can't believe they sold like this.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst performances ever. It completely ruins a great season by Joel Embiid. Now his MVP seems even more illegitimate because he didn't perform. Like, bro. This is the 1 year I said on last podcast. This is the 1 year, like, bro, you have to at least make it to the conference finals because when are you ever going to get the 8 seed beating the 1 again? Jason Tatum playing garbage in a closeout game on the road, and you got a chance to take him out, and it's the Celtics. When were you ever going to get a golden opportunity like this? Because you're going to have to see Milwaukee, Miami, Boston, regardless, every year to make it there. You're gonna have to see one of them. And the Celtics was probably the best chance you had because Jimmy gonna cook Philly every chance he gets since they picked Tobias over him, and Giannis gonna cook them like this. I don't even know what to say, man. Doc Rivers still isn't fired. I would have fired. I wouldn't even. I would have been like,
after the game,
I would have been like, give me your ring.
Give me your
Take off your stuff right now. Leave it right here. Go buy an economy flight ticket on Southwest and get the hell out of here. Fly home. Don't return to the arena. We'll pack up all your gear. We'll send it to you. We don't want you anywhere near here. Like, I don't know how he's been this bad and been able to escape for this long, but he needs to be done, just like Thibodeau needs to be done.
Rated like so bad. He's hanging on to that 2008, 2009 championship that the Celtics won. Oh my God. I've been trying to tell people about this guy. This guy's
he's a loser.
He's literally he's a loser. Well, he said like 9 Game 7 losses. The most ever. That's his 10th. The most 10 Game 7 losses as a coach. That's insane.
32nd playoff series he's lost when he's had the lead, I think, or maybe it's just his 32nd loss, something crazy like that.
32nd loss, yeah.
Like 32nd, yeah.
Like when he could have closed out, so that'd be like if he was up 3-1 or 3-2.
Yeah, garbage. Like
that's booty.
How are you the one coach responsible for all of the playoff chokes? You can't motivate anybody to have one good game any of these years. Like, come on, man. And then James Harden, I wanted to believe in him so bad. Like I said, he had the 2-game winner, so I'm not giving him full blame. But at the same time, bro, you got to do something.
But he wasn't even supposed to be that guy, though.
He wasn't.
He's Jalen Brunson.
Really trying to.
He's Jalen Brunson for that team. I'm not even getting on him like that.
I'm not even trying, but he got to be better than what he did too. Like, come on. You got to give him some. It was to the point, I was like, bro, PJ Tucker and Tobias can't hit the corner 3. Stop passing the ball out there. Just go up. We'll live with that. But he's so scared that he choking. He not even looking at the rim no more.
Yeah.
And Joel Embiid, James Harden driving to the paint, scared to go up with a layup. PJ Tucker and Tobias in the respective corners bricking shots. And Joel Embiid standing at the top of the key scared of Al Horford. And Tyrese Maxey, at least he'll shoot the ball, but he was garbage. He don't know what shot he want to take. Oh, should I take this 3? Or should I drive to the paint against 3 people and Rob Williams and think I can get this shot off? Like, just garbage all across the board. So disappointed. Like I said, they got to be.
I don't know what.
Nowhere they can go from here.
I know Harden definitely.
So where does Joel go? Does he stay?
Yeah, I don't know what Joel do. I don't know what they do.
He would have to get traded. Obviously, people would trade for Joel Embiid because they could really.
I can't see him on another team.
Yeah,
I can't either. But at this point, the process is 10 years in. Damn. The process is over. It's over.
Bro, did y'all see how many people they passed up on? Like through the process?
Oh, yeah. I seen the because it was talking about Markelle Fultz. They passed up on.
They had a chance to get Mikal Bridges.
Yes.
Hometown kid. Mom works for the organization.
They could have
picked him and then traded him to Phoenix.
Did they say they could have got Tatum too, or no?
Yeah, they could have got
Tatum. Granted, we didn't know Tatum would be this good, but still, like.
But golly.
Like, no help. And Tatum, what they need, because they can't win in a clutch situation. Tatum, Game 7, Tatum is elite.
Yeah. Game 6, fourth quarter, Tatum is elite.
So, I don't know where they go. But Doc Rivers should have been fired yesterday. He says he wants to come back. There's no way in hell he should.
There's no way.
They said he going to the Bucks.
He need to retire.
Well, if that's the case, then and Giannis stated Giannis will retire with 1 ring. Because that's the ultimate recipe for disaster.
They finna lose for real.
Like,
they
finna choke so bad. Giannis will have to admit, oh yeah, this is a failure, y'all. I can't even defend this. That's how bad it would be. Like,
it's not a failure.
Doc Rivers need to retire. CP3 need to retire. Tom Thibodeau need to retire. Like,
a lot of guys that need
to just hang it up.
LeBron needs to retire, but doing all right.
But that's that's the round two recap. We're now in the conference finals. We had a matchup: Nuggets, Lakers, Heat, Celtics. The bubble repeat. Only
Literally.
it's
It's
flipped this
scripted.
time. The Nuggets are the
Gotta
higher
be
seed.
scripted.
The Celtics are the higher seed. First time in NBA history we have a 7 seed and an 8 seed in the conference finals
That's
together
crazy.
in the same season. And let's get into our predictions. We're gonna start with the Heat and the Celtics first. The Heat are being crazy disrespected. I mean, I
I
kind
threw
of understand it, but not
I threw
this much.
100 on them.
Plus 420 odds to win this series.
I
They're
threw
basically
100
saying
on them.
there's no chance in hell that the Heat win. I personally can't. You hear Cam put a bet in for the series win at plus 420. I'm putting a bet in on them for the cover and to win tomorrow, or I guess they play Wednesday, game one, because Tatum just came off his best game, and the Heat been at home wrestling. I know they finna come out hard as hell game one, and Spoelstra gonna have a lot of adjustments. Missoula and them not ready for, so I got them game one. But how you think that he could really win, Chris, or how you feel about that? Like, cause that's really like they started off as plus 800 to win versus Milwaukee. They were still somehow underdog. I cashed that. They were plus 140 for the Knicks, which made zero sense to me. So I threw money on that. That was an easy dub. But now plus 420, like, keep in mind, this same series happened last year, and they were one Jimmy Butler shot away from going to the finals on their home court. And Jimmy went in the press conference and said afterwards, like, we got the team to do it. We'll be in this exact spot next year, and we'll get it done. And they're in this exact spot, and now it's up to Jimmy to get it done, and I wouldn't put it past him.
Bro, I really do feel like the Celtics may wax them, bro. I put money on the series just because the odds are so good. But like, I think this Celtics team is better than they were last year. I think before the end of the Sixer series, the Celtics were trying to be an offensive team by hands of Joe Mazzulla. And I think putting Robert Williams back into the starting lineup, putting themselves back in that defensive mindset, I think that's why they probably gonna wax them. Because the Heat, they're a defensive team. So you got two defensive juggernauts going up against each other. But then you got the Celtics, who they're a crazy offensive threat. They put up crazy numbers. And I just think overall they are the better team. I think the Heat are winning because Jimmy going stupid. And like you said earlier, you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You can't depend on one dude. And I think that'll be their downfall. I ain't saying it's gonna be a blowout every game, but I mean, I want to see Jimmy make it to the finals. That'd be cool. We really get a bubbles. We'll really get it for real. But it just looks like the Celtics finna maybe get this done in 5 or 6.
What about you, Cam? I know you throw money on the Heat, but you feel confident, or you just threw it because the odds were so crazy and you could win a bunch? But
That's how I be feeling.
are you a real believer in Heat culture?
Now, I got the Heat winning in 7. Just the third time, these guys have, matched up with each other. They match up pretty well or whatnot. But I can definitely see the Celtics getting these guys out in like 5 or 6 or whatever. But I'm gonna say he gets it done in 7. I feel like they're gonna try to force Jaylen Brown to take over this series because I think Jimmy's gonna be on Jason the whole time. I think Jimmy can hang with Jason pretty much. Then you still got Bam to worry about. Still got Kyle Lowry coming off the bench, obviously. Duncan and some more guys coming off the bench. I think Coach Spo just a much better coach than Missoula or whatever. So I think he, gonna get out coached or whatever. But with the Celtics, man, we seen it in the last series. These guys, they just kind of just too inconsistent for me to just trust them a lot. I don't know if that really makes sense, but they just kind of too inconsistent. Like some nights they're on, some nights they're off. And I feel like with this Heat team, if you're off, they gonna take advantage of it and they gonna win games. And so Game one, I feel like I feel like the Heat gonna come out strong. I'm with Bryce. I think the Heat gonna come out strong. I think they're gonna win game one. Then they're gonna coast game two. I think Celtics probably win game two. But I mean, obviously I got Heat in 7 or whatever, but I can't see the Celtics beating the Heat in Miami, man. I mean, Miami just plays way too good at home. Also, like I said, they play good on the road too. So, I got the Heat in 7, but I hope it's a good series. I really do hope
It's gonna
series.
be a good series because they both good teams. My thing is the Heat just got done playing the Knicks, who beat themselves.
Yeah,
You know, the Celtics just got done playing the number 3 seed MVP, former MVP. So I feel like I don't know. I just feel like that plays a part.
that plays part. Yeah,
Right, you just got done playing. And don't get me wrong, the Bucks, that was a great series. Jimmy went crazy. We not gonna forget that Giannis wasn't healthy most of that series. So, it was theirs to lose, honestly. But then following up that series to go play the Knicks, that had to get carried by Jalen Brunson, and he just got there. Like, that's not a real team to me.
yeah.
I mean, you could say the same thing about the 76ers, considering they all losers. But at the end of the day, that is a 3 seed. That
That's
is
still
still
Embiid. That's
that's
still
still
Harden
Embiid.
over there.
That was a tough series, and they got that done in 6. Or not 6, 7, my fault.
7.
So I think the Celtics gonna come in with a bit more of a different demeanor than the Heat are. I'm glad Jimmy and Kyle Lowry having a great time. I'm just afraid it may be a rude awakening. It'd be like, okay, we got a real opponent now. We got an actual healthy team who they finally figured out their identity after going through some trials and tribulations in the second round. Because the first round, shoot, that was almost a mess up for the Celtics with ATL. So I don't know. I think they're gonna get this realization. But I'm hoping Jimmy make it through though, because I like Jimmy buckets. I like Kyle Lowry. I like Bam. He a
Yeah,
dynamic
bro.
superstar.
Honestly, if we get the Heat and the Lakers, I wouldn't like if the Heat beat the like. I would not be mad like if Jimmy wins a ring, bro. Because
That'd
Jimmy,
probably be the better matchup because I don't think the Heat not the Heat, the Lakers and the Celtics is like I don't
I
think I
would
want
want to
to watch
see it.
that. You
Just
you want to see it
just to
for
see Braun
nostalgia
versus Tatum.
purposes?
See if not even nostalgia,
Yeah.
but like
Tatum got to get his get back.
Tatum,
So
Tatum,
he got to
Tatum
get his
was a
get back.
rookie and almost beat Braun
Yeah,
in Game
yeah,
7, and that's when we
yeah.
kind of found out. Oh, Tatum can really go, and like I said, his Game 7 track record is elite. Let him go Game 7 with the Lakers, and it will be in the Garden versus Braun.
They
Oh
probably
my,
was hoping for the
oh my
Warriors too.
goodness, the legacy talk that will be happening on the media all week. Woo, that would go crazy. But
That would be a nice story.
I don't know if we'll get it. I'm leaning Heat right now, but regardless of who wins, I think this series is for sure going 7.
For sure.
I don't think there's not a doubt in my mind as of today that the series doesn't go 7. Knock on wood. Like these teams have played each other. This is the third time in the conference finals they've seen each other now out of the last 4 years. They both know each other extremely well. There's nothing new you can do. This is literally just who can grind this out harder.
But the Celtics are better though.
They are.
Yeah, they are better. They
But
really are better.
Spoelstra
That's
is
the only difference.
Spoelstra is a
better.
better coach, and Jimmy is more of a dog consistently than Tatum. We know Tatum is going to give you probably 2 flunker games this series. It just
Jimmy
is
just
what it
been
is.
hot though. Let's not act like Jimmy ain't been hot.
Well, I'm not even saying he's been hot. I just know Jimmy is going to have them boys ready to go, and he's going to will them to some victories.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like Jimmy not gonna have some flunk games too. He been hot, and he been playing teams that ain't really that defensive minded.
I don't think Jimmy's going to have a game where he go 1 for
1 for
12.
13. Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, Tatum gonna have a game where he maybe, 10 for 25, something like that. But Jimmy, he do that too. And if Jimmy do it, it's a problem. Because Jimmy
Yeah.
don't got a Jalen Brown.
Yeah, the
Kyle
Heat-
Lowry, not Toronto Kyle
that's the
Lowry.
scary part. The Heat could definitely revert back to the 4th worst shooting team like they were all season. But I just know Eric Spoelstra is about to get in his bag, and just off the strength of his coaching expertise, this series is going 7. And Game 7 is a coin flip. Last year, like I said, literally, it was in Miami. Obviously, the Garden is a different Game 7 atmosphere and vibe, and Jason Tatum balls out. So it could easily go 7-7, but I really think Miami has the talent and the grit to push this to 7 with just how inconsistent the Celtics play. Because they just got pushed to 7 by Philly, like you said. And Philly, granted, they have the MVP and B, but Philly's a bunch of losers. But here they had the Celtics on the ropes. ATL took 2 games when they probably should have realistically got swept or really just won 1 game. The Celtics are not consistent, and that's the one thing you can't be against the Eric Spoelstra-led team. He gonna have something for him. Now, I think if it doesn't go 7, I think Boston would win in 6. But I don't see Boston winning any sooner than that. I don't see this Heat team at this point in time. They made it this far the way they made it. I don't see them losing in anything less than 6. And I don't see them being able to beat the Celtics in anything less than 6. So Game 6 or Game 7. Sprinkle on those odds if you want the Celtics in 7 or 6 or the Heat in 7 or 6. But this series is going the distance, I think. It's going to be a battle of who could throw the haymaker each game, and they're going to each throw some. And
I'm so nervous, bro.
I'm just ready to watch. I'm just glad ain't none of these my teams. I just sit back and watch some good basketball.
Yeah, no, this would be too stressful.
I gotta be over here stressing and shit.
Yeah, on the flip side, Nuggets Lakers, man.
Yeah.
What started off as the Lakers were plus 120 underdogs has now been even pushed down further. They're now plus 145. So that means a lot of money has been coming in on Denver.
Wow.
So I'll say right now, I threw money when they was at 120 on the Lakers, and I just threw some more when it was on 145. As long as AD stay healthy, Bron don't lose in the playoffs besides the finals. When he has a healthy team, that's literally his track record. When he was healthy with the Lakers in the bubble, championship. When he was healthy with the Cavaliers on 10 years in a row, finals. He don't lose. Clearly, they have it figured out. And like Cam is saying, this is probably the best team he's ever had from the perspective. It's a different player every night that will find a way to get their own bucket. And LeBron don't have to go get 35, 12, and 10. He could just relax, pick his spots. AD, while I want to see him be consistently a better scorer in the second half because he can go off in the first half. But these last 2 games with the Warriors, he just disappeared in the second half on the offensive end. But if AD is going to be rebounding and playing defense like he has been, I love that. I think they're going to end up putting Jokic in the pick and roll, not only with the guards, but I think they're going to put AD on the pick and roll with Jokic and get him isolated with Jokic out on the perimeter because he can take him to the basket. I think the Lakers win this in 6 like they've done every other series playoffs. I think they're going to go in tomorrow. They're still in game 1. I got money on that. I think it's going to be close up until the end. I think Lakers are just going to end up pulling away. I don't think I don't think this could really be the series LeBron might, okay, I've been kind of coasting, picking my spots. This might be the series LeBron's like y'all can do what y'all can do, like Reeves, Schroeder, Russell, y'all get y'all's buckets. But I'm gonna dominate the series because I don't think the Nuggets have anybody that can guard him.
Nobody can guard him.
I'm not worried about guarding. I'm not worried about Gordon guarded by LeBron.
Hold on, Cam, because I know you got a lot to say. Because I don't got much to say about this series. All I have to say about the series is that I think this series is going to define whether Darvin Ham is a good coach or not. Yeah. Because I think the Nuggets, and you've seen the video I sent you on TikTok, the Nuggets are an easy team to pick apart. And they've done it before already in the regular season. They did it already. So they just got to recognize those same patterns again. It's an easy series to win. But it's all on Darvin Ham in that bump.
Yeah. Hopefully he uses his timeouts when he needs to.
Oh my!
Doesn't make stupid challenges.
Both these guys do
terrible.
Yes.
They'll just watch a 20-0 run go and just be sitting there like,
y'all do something about it.
Yeah, man. My gut's telling me Lakers in 6.
Boy, a narwhal, unicorn.
Yeah, Lakers in 6. I think they still game 1. I think Nuggets still they win game 2. I think the Lakers win both games at home. They haven't lost at home all playoffs. I don't think that changes here. This team is fine. They're literally finding a new way to win every game, it seems like. And it's making it that much easier for Braun and AD to be Braun and AD when it's needed at the absolute most time. So yeah, man, I think the Lakers win. And I mean, I feel like it's stupid to not bet on Braun as an underdog, because when is he ever an underdog for real? Last series versus the Warriors, and now. Other than that, we've never seen Braun as an underdog for real in the playoffs our whole lives, essentially.
Yeah,
So
who bets
won
against
money
him?
last series with them betting against the Warriors every game. I'm gonna do the same here. If the Nuggets win, more power to them, but I don't see it happening. I just don't see it.
They
If
gonna get
AD and
cooked
Braun
again.
are healthy, I think they can handle the Nuggets.
It's on 82. He can't let Jokic big
Oh, he
sloppy.
can't, but I don't think he will. The
I don't know,
key
man.
is as long as he can stay
Jokic is
out of
cold.
foul trouble. He is.
It's just
Jokic can get his points, but as long as AD get his points.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. I think
Well, it's
both of
not
them.
even that. I think as long as they limit Jokic getting assists, like let
Yeah, that's the
AD play
thing.
straight up,
Yeah.
and if
Because even the
Jokic go get
Suns,
53,
yeah,
let him
that's
get
exactly what the
53,
Suns did. They let him get that 50.
but they didn't win.
They didn't win because he ain't getting them assists for real.
So
Yeah, get your 50, man. Yeah.
go ahead, Kim. How do your Lakers pull this one out?
Oh, it's Lakers in 6 for sure. They're gonna be. They're gonna win this West Conference Finals, and whoever they play in the finals, Lakers in 6. I'm gonna say that right now. Lakers in 6 the whole way. That's how it's gonna go. These
Lakers in
guys,
12. Lakers in 12.
Lakers in 12. These guys just can't lose at home whatsoever. They play immaculate at home for some reason. I guess it's just the stars coming out or whatever. No, y'all been seeing it. The stars they
Yeah,
coming
be
out in
there.
LA.
That's kind of live. That
Yeah, it
low-key
is kind
live.
of like, and I guess it's like when the stars are like out, the other team get kind of nervous. They're not really like
Nervous.
used to this.
Lights is bright.
Lights
Yeah,
is
because
bright.
if you from like somewhere small and stuff, like you come out and you see like Anderson Cooper and Kim Kardashian
Kim
at your
Kardashian.
game,
Yeah, you like what the
Kanye West child, like what's
Snoop Dogg.
like, I'm from
they
Oklahoma City, bro. Like I don't see these dude.
and they rooting against you the whole time. But yeah, I got Lakers in 6 for sure. I think Jokic not gonna be able to stop AD. I think AD not gonna be able to stop Jokic. Um, I think we match up well with them. I think we got guys that can guard Jamal Murray. I think we got a guy that can, guard MPJ. And then outside of that, it's really kind of scary for the Nuggets because I don't really see their bench. Their bench doesn't compare to the Lakers bench whatsoever. I know they got Bruce Brown coming off the bench. They got
KCP.
Case. I think KCP start though.
He start.
He
Yeah,
starts. Oh,
yeah, he starts. They got Bruce Brown. They got Chris Braun or whatever to do from with the
Chris
Kansas,
Paul.
huh?
Yeah.
They got him coming off the bench. They got Jeff Green. That's who I think is going to be on LeBron a lot. It's going to be MPJ and Jeff Green. They're going to throw at LeBron.
If they put MPJ on LeBron, I know he wants to pick his spots, but I feel like you just got to go cook him
He's
every
getting
possession
cooked,
until they
bro.
take him off.
Because
He too weak.
I think Aaron Gordon is going to be on AD. I know that sounds kind of like why Aaron Gordon.
I mean,
but
but
I can see it because they
It
don't
has
want
to be Aaron
Jokic.
Gordon.
They
It
don't
ain't
want
finna be
Jokic to
Yeah,
get in
it
foul
can't be.
trouble.
It can't
But
be Jokic.
if that is the case, and the Lakers go with their regular starting five that they've been going with, who is Jokic guarding?
That's what I'm saying.
Then it
I don't
really
know.
becomes pick and roll barbecue chicken
Mm-hmm.
with LeBron and whoever.
Yeah, because who would he guard?
AD is the only big on the court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
He's
That's what I'm saying.
They
The
finna run a
Nuggets-
zone.
That's why I was.
They
That's why I was saying this whole time. I just needed Jokic to make it to the Western Conference Finals, and that was a good enough season for me. But if they had to match up with the Lakers or Warriors, the mismatches those two teams present for them and how their team is built, I was like, if they win, that just means if the Nuggets win the series, I'm not gonna lie, Jokic deserves, at least for the rest of this year, he deserves to have the title of best player in the league. Since the way he's been playing these playoffs, and I'd imagine the way he would play if they win the series, he got to get those bragging rights to be second in the MVP voting, and that would have been your third in a row. and you can perform in the playoffs, unlike the other MVP candidates we've had this year, you got to get those bragging rights. But I think this is just an unfortunate tale of a big mismatch, and I think he's about to get cooked, which sucks for him. He might still get his, but he gonna get cooked on the defensive end, and when it's not him, the Lakers gonna be able to cook whoever else.
It's gonna be pretty. I think it's gonna be pretty bad. I think Austin Reeves gonna get off because I don't know who
they can't match up.
They can't match up. It's bad matchups because it's everybody on the Lakers can go one-on-one with any, like Lonnie Walker can go one-on-one with anybody. We've seen it in that Warriors series. Rui can go one-on-one with anybody.
And Denver in general, not really a super defensive team.
They're not.
Really
They literally run through Jokers. If they on and can hit shots, they can win games. But as you've seen in the Phoenix series, they really a home team. When they went to Phoenix the first two games, they was broke, and that's how Jokic ended up with 53 and an L because nobody else was doing anything. That can't fly versus the Lakers. And really, the key for the Lakers, I think, you can let Jokic is gonna get his. As long as Jamal Murray don't have any games where he go for 30, 40.
That's who it is, yeah.
You're probably in a really good position to win that game because I don't see anybody else consistently scoring that many points. MPJ might have a game here or there where he hit like 6 threes just because he has a tendency to do that every now and again. But if they're depending on MPJ and Gordon to knock down shots to win them this series, it's fried turkey for them.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's Darvin Ham's. It's his series to lose, bro. It can't be given to you no better than this as a coach. Like, the game is literally drawn out for you.
It really is.
It's drawn out, bro.
And as good as the Nuggets have been and are this year, if they lose the series, I think they got to move away from Mike Malone. Because he's now been there for, I think, like 7-8 years, and they haven't won.
He's been there for a good minute.
Yeah, because they're not going to let go. I know I thought I said that earlier in the season, like letting go of Jokic, moving on from Jokic.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
way,
the only thing that's selling them tickets right now.
The only thing.
They let go of the other 15. They'd be stupid to let go of this 15. Like, that'd be a dumb franchise move. But yeah, I got Lakers at 6. Right now, my gut is telling me Heat in 7, but I think that series is going 7 and it's coin flip. And then in the finals, Lakers in 6, man. I feel like it's destiny. Ron finna get his 5th ring.
They got it's scripted because
won't be shit else you can really say. And once he gets that 5th, you know he got to go for the 6th.
I tell you what.
Look. We called a bubble ring. We called a bubble ring a fluke. So that's why it's scripted. They got to redo the bubble so he can do it again and be like, it wasn't a fluke.
Hey, I tell y'all what though. If Ramon James get ring number 5, I promise to God he's gonna get ring 6. And once he get ring 5, it's really.
But the thing, once he get ring 6,
it's ring.
He go for 7. He gotta go for 7.
It's scary. It's scary.
Well, Cam, you seen what I sent you? But when he gonna go back to Cleveland?
Yeah, go back to Cleveland with Bronny.
Cleveland gonna draft Bronny. He gonna go back to Cleveland with another one.
7. Oh my God, that
with Bronny, that'd be
crazy. You know how crazy? Go to Cleveland and get your 7th ring with your son.
42.
Hey man,
ring number 7.
What game at a time? What game at a time?
I'll write the script my damn self. Hire me.
But nah, man. Hey, if you get ring 5, then it's like, what else can you really say? Hey. They gonna say Jordan was he had 2 3-peats. Ain't
nobody trying to.
They say he was 0 for 9 before Scottie Pippen got there though.
What is okay?
1 and 9 in the playoffs before Scottie Pippen.
1 and 9. There you go.
6 and 4 the year he left, and they had Scottie Pippen on the Bulls.
Oh, but we gonna bring that up. We ain't gonna bring. I was arguing with the MJ fan or whatever. I said you look at who MJ had to play compared to Bron. Compare that 2017 Warriors team to that what the best team Jordan had to play was the Jazz team. Who you think gonna win? Bro talking about, oh nah, bro, that's not even fair because of different eras. It don't even matter what era it's in.
It don't.
It don't matter.
Well, because if you know that Warriors team better than the Jazz was.
Exactly. exactly.
If it was the other way around, you'd be like, "Oh, well, Jordan would win because that team was better." But you know that team was better. The Warriors was better than that Jazz team.
Jordan would literally have to average 60 for them to even beat that Warriors team. Because regardless of what Scottie claimed he could do, he's not gonna shut down KD. Steph Curry is gonna cook whichever team you want to pull from that Bulls dynasty. They don't have a single point guard. Ron Harper, Steve Kerr, was it Paxson or whatever? None of them could even hold Curry's jockstrap. He gonna be running circles around them. You know, back in the day, they wasn't even the best in shape people. They the type to play a game and go smoke 3 cigarettes and have a 40 in the locker room. Exactly. 3 minutes of chasing Steph around the arc, they gonna be out of breath and out the game. Like they would cook the Bulls, and I get it's the different. Like, no, that team was just way too OP. You literally had the 73-win Warriors, and then you added arguably the most talented scorer in NBA history to that team. Like, yes, they're OP, and we really sat up here and said, "Yeah, Bron, you're a failure for not being able to beat them." When you have 51, 8-8, yeah, you should have won the game. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? But give Steph grace. Because he had 27 and 8 assists in Game 6, and Klay Thompson let him down.
These 2 Hall of Famers didn't help him.
Like you said, at least Bron was averaging like 35, 12, and 8.
Clearly doing everything in his power.
Steph can't even clear 30 points per game against Bron, man.
There's a Kyrie Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It won't be first ballot, but
he was a top 75 though, huh? Was he?
Yeah, I think so. That's the argument. He's never won without any top 75 player now. So that's the argument they're gonna use. But
oh my God, because I was gonna say, what other Hall of Famers can you name other than Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
But Dwayne Wade wasn't even Dwayne Wade. Right. That second ring.
Yeah, he wasn't the same.
He was garbage that series.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All of LeBron other championship teams, like you can't, like we were just talking about earlier, Matthew Dellavedova, Richard Jefferson.
When you get an MVP, NBA Finals MVP, because you held a man to 35, 12, and 10,
that's crazy.
We're talking about a different level of greatness. There's no way you get credit for shutting the man down, and those were his numbers.
And that man, same man, he had an argument to win that Finals MVP, even though he lost the Finals. He had an argument to win it. He probably should have won it. Yeah. But I guess you don't give it to the loser, so whatever.
Yeah.
Iguodala.
I want Iguodala. Hey, low key, I probably would take Iguodala for last shot over Curry.
Man, shoot, right now.
That's why I was okay with Poole taking it. We don't know what he really capable of yet.
So
we done seen Curry, but yeah, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in if y'all listened all the way through. Hope y'all enjoyed our round 2 recap of all the NBA madness that went on, all the failures, disappointments, what we think should happen in the offseason. Gonna be a crazy offseason. And the NBA conference finals starting tomorrow night, Tuesday night, got the Lakers at the Nuggets. And then Wednesday night, Celtics versus Heat. It sucks because we get into the end. So now it's not as much basketball on. Today we ain't got no basketball. Once we make it to the NBA finals, then it's like every other day or 2 days. Yeah. And I've been watching baseball a little bit, more and more throughout the years, but it's not the same when football and basketball are off. It's just not a fun time in sports. But yeah, man, we almost to that time. Just going to try to sit back and enjoy these series and watch greatness unfold. Till the next time, favorite kids from the neighborhood signing off, and we out.
I need it.